panel of judges, my ever accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and my well-attentive audience. My name is Etomi Efeo Sanubwa, and I'm here to support the motion which says speaking is safer than speaking out. So my first point is silence is safer than speaking out. So my first point is silence prevents unnecessary trouble. So there are a lot of conflicts, there are a lot of fights, there are a lot of drama that could have been prevented if the mouth was kept shut. Now, as a nurse, I've experienced patients coming into the hospital. Why? Because they were involved in a fight. And if you find out what the fight was about, is either one person was running their mouth or the other were saying things that are not meant to be said or should have been kept to his or herself. So I will back this up with a biblical reference. Proverbs 21 verse 23 says, whoever guards his mouth and tongue keeps his soul from trouble. Now my second point is silence avoids sin. The more you speak, many people don't know how to speak. Many people just say words that come, like immediately it pops up in their head. They just say it out. They say words they don't speak. They don't speak things that make sense. So the more you speak, you will carelessly say things that you shouldn't say or things that you might later regret. And we all know how the words we say are powerful. They are sharper than two double-edged swords. So I'm also going to back this with a biblical reference which is Proverbs 10 verse 19. In the multitude of words, sin is lacking, but he who constrains his lips is wise. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Good day, everyone. My co-debaters and my judges. So I'm here to continue the point from where my colleagues stopped. Concerning the topic, silence is safer than speaking out. So basically, my first point is silence shows more wisdom and self-control. When you are kind of silent in a situation, you are showing more maturity that, okay, when you are silent, you have that capability and to be able to handle some problems or some kind of situation. You don't necessarily have to speak out to situations immediately. You have to keep silent to think well, to know what you want to do and what you have to do to that concerning that particular situation. And silence makes you understand what you want to do, what you have to. Imagine, for instance, when we have a situation that is kind of urgent, people just speak out and they don't know what exactly they're supposed to speak at that particular time. But when you are silent at that moment, you have more understanding and more plans for you to take before putting it to that situation. And the other point is silent protects you from harm. Speaking out in the wrong way or wrong moment always puts you in danger. Some people don't know how to speak. Some people don't know when to talk and the right time to talk or the wrong time to talk. They just speak out because they just want to speak out. But when you are silent, you have more confidence that, okay, before you speak out, you already know what you want to say. Thank you.
Good day, distinguished judges, moderator, timekeeper, and my fellow debaters. My name is Kelechi. I am a representative of the Tribasha.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the topic that I came here to explain you about is silence is safer than speaking out. But that is not true. That is not true. Saying that silence is not the mere absence of word. It is the deliberate refusal to speak out when needed. Imagine if a child is being abused. Will the witnesses keep quiet? They should not, because the child suffers day and day. But if you speak out and at least you try to make it stop, if it stops, then you did your part in doing a good thing. My first point is that silence is never neutral. Many people believe that keeping silent is not about choosing sides. Well, that's not true. Whenever something unrighteous is happening, there are two sides. The first side is the side in which the people who defends the truth, the people who doesn't speak out. Then we have the other side, the people who wants, like the people that allows you to continue because they did not want to speak out. For example, corruption keeps roaming free in this country because of the honest doesn't want to speak. They don't want to say anything. I mean, if you say something, you can either get hurt. You don't know that. Maybe saying something feels like you are doing something bad to the people that has power. But that's not truth. Saying something means that what is wrong is wrong. The truth is the truth. You have to say the truth so you know that you are doing something good. Keeping it to yourself doesn't mean that you are minding your business. You are just allowing you to go roam free. Just imagine now, if you are saying that I'm always keeping it to myself, I'm always keeping it to myself. The same day, that same thing will happen to you. Nobody will say, let them defend you. Because what? Since you have always been keeping it to yourself, you have always been keeping it to yourself. But I stand here telling you that silence is not about keeping it neutral. It's about allowing you to go, roam free. Like a waterfall. You allow you to go. That's not safe. That's not safe. You need to just say the truth. Keep it neutral. Don't keep
Good day, everyone. Once again, my name is Olubi Angela, and I'll be continuing from where my teammate stopped. Now, my teammate spoke about the dangers of keeping silent and the benefit of speaking out. Now, I'll be starting from the perspective of Christianity. Now, as Christians, we were made in the image and the likeness of Christ. We should imitate Christ in everything, every single thing that we do. And Christ is all about speaking the truth. If we look at the ministry of Christ, Christ spoke up for the oppressed. He confronted religious corruption, and throughout his life, we saw that he lived a life of righteousness, a life of truth. Now, the Bible says in James 4:17 that to him who knows to do good, he should do it, because if he doesn't do it, it is sin. Which means that when you keep silent, when you see something bad going on and you keep silent, it is a sin. It's in the Bible. It is a sin. So as people, as Christians, you should speak the truth. You should not keep silent. You should speak the truth carefully, wisely, thoughtfully, and with love. You should speak the truth. And relating to our servant of God in the church, is someone that is all about the truth. His life is all about the truth. Every single service we see and we hear the truth directly from his mouth, because that is what the Holy Spirit, that is what God has told him to do. That is what is on earth here to do. Now, relating to us as people, if you were in a classroom, or in a classroom, for example, and then there's this particular bullying every single person, and you keep silent, there's not going to be any change. Everybody will live in fear. You'll be afraid to come to class. Yeah? But if there is one person that stands up and challenges and speaks the truth, obviously there will be change. So this is me saying that speaking the truth might not be easy every time. It might be difficult, it might be uncomfortable, but it is necessary to not be silent, to speak the truth. Thank you.
And I'm here to oppose the notion which says social media gives an average person a voice and it's a good thing. So firstly, I would like to say not every voice deserves a microphone. There are sometimes that because of the way social media is going and everything, a lot of people just come online and say anything that they want without checking their facts, without making sure, oh, what I'm saying is correct. People just say anything on social media, misleading a lot of people. Now, the majority of people that are the consumers of this social media are young ones, are young children. And most young children, they don't have the emotional intelligence to be able to assimilate, to be able to choose what to assimilate and what not to assimilate. So they just assimilate anything that they see on social media. And the children are the leaders of tomorrow. So also, there are a lot of false narratives that can be spread through social media. There are a lot of lives that can be ruined with social media, and people are not held accountable for what they come and say on social media. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that social media is not always a good thing. Thank you.
Part of what my fellow tribe members talk. Yes, social media, yes, it is good as social media give the voice to everyone. Yes, it is good. Why? No gatekeepers needed. In the past, we needed publishers, newspapers, radios, we needed TV stations to be heard. But now, anyone with a phone, students, market sellers, everyone with a phone can reach out to the world. Two, it gives power to the powerless. Those with no title, those with no money, those with no rights can be given a voice. Don't stop it. It's not possible.
She never started.
No.
Hello. We have judges, please.
A biblical example, like the Samaritan woman in John 4, verse 1 to 42. She had no phone, but she went about to preach out to everyone about Jesus. Thank you.
This one is 2 minutes.
Where my colleague stopped from. I see social media as a platform of like noise, where noise are being made. I see social media as a platform where noise are being made, but the truth is not being spoken. Everyone just goes out there to just like rant and say this and this, but their opinions, they are not speaking the truth, and their opinions are not being heard. If the government wants to do some certain things in the country, it does not like do the social media to take a point, or it does not consider
Accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, your mic, and my fellow and my opponents. My name is Okechukwu, and I stand firmly to represent Tribe Asha. And I want to come to speak about the topic that says it is better to say the truth, even if it causes division. Yes, the truth divides. It divides people, but the truth divides the real from the fake. It divides the righteous from the unrighteous people. Even if the truth divides, at least people that will be righteous will not be in the same place with the people that will be unrighteous. But listen, division is not always destruction. If we divide today, it doesn't mean that it is over. It doesn't mean destruction. Instead, division is like a surgery. When surgery wants to happen, it hurts, it pains, but it saves life. Truth may scatter us today, but it gives us a chance to rebuild on a solid ground. Because if we are here saying we should lie to each other, we're not on a solid ground. But when you say the truth yourself, it might scatter us today, but we can reunite on a solid ground that we are all saying the truth to ourselves. So I will choose the truth, even if I stand alone. I will choose the truth, even if my voice shakes, because I'm always here for the truth. The truth is what I know, and it's the only thing I will know. Thank you.
Good is the truth if it breaks down a relationship it was meant to serve. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, and my fellow debaters. My name is Obajo Mary Jane from the tribe Judah. My team stands firmly. Well, let me say my team stands firmly that not saying the truth or being wise in your speaking of the truth is better because it forces unity rather than rather than destroying relationships. I want you guys to understand our standpoint. We're not here defending dishonesty. We're here to defend wisdom. Let me go right into my point. Relationships are basically standing on truth. Truth is meant to serve relationships. When you are someone that has a relationship and you're always there to tell the truth as a weapon. So if you're someone that always believes that I must say the truth, I must say the truth, I must say the truth at all times, well, not choosing your right moments, not and by speaking carelessly about it, you realize that at the end of the day, the relationship that you were meant to build, you're supposed to build on, they're supposed to build to be unified, ends up getting broken. Nelson Mandela is a great example of this. Nelson Mandela understood that retribution was worse than reconciliation. He chose to be wise in his decision, not to allow the apartheid regime cause him to go into war with other countries. Secondly, I want you guys to understand that silence doesn't mean lying. It's basically you being patient. Choosing your right moment to tell the truth is way better than speaking the truth carelessly. Thank you. Please clap for her.
Distinguished judges, my fellow co-debaters, and everyone. Our topic is better to say the truth, even if it causes division. Now, speaking the truth doesn't mean that you should speak carelessly. When you speak the truth, you should speak carefully, thoughtfully, and wisely. Now, being silent is like a green light for harm to continue, for evil to dwell, and for harm to take place. Therefore, it is important that this truth must thrive even when there is conflict. When truth thrives, there will certainly be conflict. Because then, when you speak the truth, things that have been in the darkness will be open. Light is going to shed. Light is going to show forth things that have been hidden. That is why when the truth is spoken, with losses happen. Relationship breaks. Relationship breaks, and when relationship breaks, it shows you what is right and what is wrong. Who stands firmly, who doesn't stand firmly, who is there speaking the truth and who is not speaking the truth. That is why it is important that even when conflict arises, this truth must be spoken. Thank you.
Well, my name is Fola. I'm representing the tribe Judah. When truth is delivered as a confrontation instead of a conversation, it doesn't fix the relationship, it ends it more. We can take a look at professional mediators and also diplomats. These are people who solves world conflict. And we can say that the truth matters to them, but they have the way they present it in a way that both sides can settle things amicably. If you are going all in with the truth, it does more good than harm, because we have to find the way that both parties listen and we find the perfect place that they can both come and be united. We are not we are defending the discernment of knowing when to speak the truth and when not to speak the truth, because speaking the truth at the wrong time in the wrong way would not fix the relationship. It does more harm than good. Thank you very much.